back to this English learning video. My name is aku.fatiyeu. I'm from the Faculty of Teacher Training and Education from Sriwijaya University. And my student number is 0601128242965. So, today, we're going to explore one of the most useful tools in advanced grammar. Can you guess what? Well, these structures help us express time, reason, condition, contrast, purpose, and even result all in a clear and natural way. By the end of this lesson, you'll not only understand what adverb clauses are, but also know how to use them confidently in both speaking and writing. So, what exactly is an adverb clause? Simply put, an adverb clause is a group of words with a subject and a verb that function like an adverb. Just like adverbs, they answer questions such as when, why, how, under what condition, and to what extent. For example, I'll call you when I arrive. Here, the clause when I arrive tell us when the action happens. In advanced grammar, adverb clauses are incredibly important because they allow us to connect ideas smoothly, add details, and make our sentence richer and more professional. Structure of adverb clauses. Every adverb clause has two essential parts. First, a subordinating conjunction, which signals the type of information the clause will give. Some common conjunctions include when, before, after, because, since, if, although, unless, so that, and many more. Second, the clause must contain a subject and a verb. For example, because she was tired. So, she is the subject and was is the verb. Remember, an adverb clause is a dependent clause, so it cannot stand alone. If someone says, because I was hungry, you're left waiting for the rest of the idea. It always needs an independent clause to complete the meaning. Type of adverb clauses. Now, let's go through the major types of adverb clauses and what they express. Well, this part is very important because each type has a different function in communication. The first type is time clauses when. These clauses tell us when something happens. They use conjunction like when, before, after, while, until, once, as soon as. For example, I'll text you when I get home. She reads a book before she sleeps. We'll start the meeting once everyone arrives. Well, time clauses are very common in daily conversation. One interesting thing is that even when referring to the future, we often use the present tense inside the adverb clause. For example, call me when you arrive, not call me when you will arrive. The next type is reason clauses, why. This explains the reason behind an action. They often use because, since, or as. For example, she stayed home because she was sick. Since the weather is bad, we canceled the trip. So, because is the most direct, while since is more formal and often used when the reason is already known. Okay, the next type is common if. This talk about condition what will happen if something else happens. Conjunction include if, unless, as long as, whether or not. For example, if it rains, we'll stay inside. You can borrow my laptop as long as you return it today. We can't start unless everyone is here. Well, condition clauses are useful in making rules, instruction, or prediction. The next type is contrast clauses. opposite ideas. These clauses show contrast and use conjunction like although, even though, and whereas. For example, although he was tired, he finished his work. She loves horror movies, whereas her brother, favorite comedian. Well, these structures are very helpful in academic writing in order when presenting, for example, arguments. The next type is purpose clauses. What is the intention? These clauses show purpose using he whispered so that he wouldn't wake the baby. And another example, she studied hard in order that she could pass the exam. Purpose clauses explain someone's intention behind an action. And the last type is result clauses. What happened because or something. These describe consequences. For example, he was so tired that he fell asleep immediately. And another example, it was such a hot day that everyone stayed inside. So that is used with adjectives, while such that is used with noun. Now let's look at some common mistakes that learners often make with adverb clauses. The first one is fragment sentences. The incorrect one is because I was hungry. So this is incorrect because this is incomplete sentence. The correct one is I ate lunch because I was hungry. The second error is missing subjects. For example, when driving, the phone rang. This sounds like the phone was driving, so this is incorrect. The correct one is when I was driving, the phone rang. The third error is incomplete punctuation. So when the adverb clause comes first, we use a comma. For example, when the movie ended, we went home. But if the clauses comes later, no comma is needed. For example, we went home when the movie ended. Real-life examples. Let's see how adverb clauses appear in real communication. As we can hear,
let's go out if the weather is good.
Sure, but I might be late because I have a meeting.
No problem. We can start after you arrive.
And another example in academic. For example,
although the results were similar, the researchers noted some differences.
And also, we can find it in propositional context.
Since the client requested changes, we updated the project design.
So here's to summarize today's lessons. Adverb clause is a dependent clause that functions like an adverb. It begins with a subordinating conjunction and includes a subject and a verb. It can express times, reason, condition, contrast, purpose, or result. Be careful with fragments, missing subject, and punctuation. So, using adverb clauses will make your English more detailed, logical, and fluent. That's all from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed these lessons, feel free to leave a comment or share this video. See you in the next one.